Three words that sum up prime well-being, I think, would be holistic, sustainable, and ethical.
Okay.
Hello, my name is Catherine from Prime Wellbeing Foundation. We are located at the Grange Hotel in Grange-over-Sands, across the bay from Morecambe. We've been at the Grange for 5 years now, and we've really found a home here. My journey into health and wellbeing started 25 years, professionally 25 years ago. I did an evening course and realised I really loved aromatherapy, and then completed a short massage course, and then ended up taking an iTech in anatomy, physiology and body massage. That was 25 years ago, and over that 25 years I've built the career around massage, reflexology, mindful meditation, and now specialist techniques to really help people relax and to look at how and to help them to manage their stress. My main aim with my practice, and also with Prime Wellbeing as a brand, when people come to work alongside me, is really to create a space for people to come into. We use the expression holding space because we can tailor it. If somebody wants some real quiet, calm, full relaxation, we can tailor to that. But if they're also really wanting to work something out, and either verbally before the actual movement of a massage, very deep tissue massage on the couch. So we really pride ourselves on being able to match people's expectations in that way. And that's whether or not they come for a session just on its own, or whether that's part of a spa day, whether they're staying at the hotel, whether they live locally, or whether they're just traveling through. What I'm most proud of, I think, is how over the years I've really met my clients, whether they are in a clinic setting, or whether that's at an outdoor event, or even mobile in their own homes. It's really creating a practice that tailors to what people are looking for. I think that's what I'm most proud of. And that Prime Wellbeing is not just me. The Relaxation Room was my practice name for many years. It still is. That's my personal practice. But Prime Wellbeing is something that's come together in the last 3 years, over many years of working with other people, and now we can hold space in teams, and whether that's for people as individually, or whether it's for groups, also in companies as well. So yeah, I think that's what I'm most proud of. We do, in the summer season predominantly, we do a lot of outdoor events, and they can be, birthday parties in somebody's garden, up to music festivals. And I went to a music festival for the first time in the, I think it was 2001, down in Dorset. And I walked into this area where people were massages, doing reflexology, and I was like a kid in a candy shop. I was like, you mean I can do what I love outdoors, which is somewhere I love, and it was just a revelation. So the first time I worked at a festival, I was actually in a tent with about 25 other practitioners, kind of coordinating, where you're doing that leg, okay, I'll do this leg. And then over time, with that aspect of sustainable and ethical coming into my practice, I started holding space for teams and working with smaller festivals and creating teams of practitioners. And for the last 13 years, particularly for End of the Road, which unfortunately isn't going to be on this September, but we've been coming together for all that time now. Actually, it would have been their 15th anniversary this year. So when the expression of being an expert in your field, we certainly are. What we offer at the Grange Hotel, alongside their leisure facilities, predominantly massage, reflexology, facials, and other treatments that are tailored to certain requirements. I do a kind of massage that uses my forearms, and Laura, a colleague of mine who's here mostly, it offers a deeper massage. Laura actually calls her practice evolved, which I think is just awesome, because it sums up how we approach holding space for people. You know, whether it's just holding somebody's head and allowing the body just to rest, or whether it's sticking an elbow somewhere where you really need to release that tension, and it can be anything in between. I tend to see a lot of people for 2-hour sessions, and it makes people laugh because they say, 2 hours? What do you do in 2 hours? Well, you know, there's a lot that can happen in 2 hours, and you can really come back to yourself. And we've had a lot of people that come for spa days and have a half an hour massage as part of, you know, alongside the afternoon tea. And then they'll start coming back and they'll go to an hour and a half, and then they'll come for 2 hours. And they will tailor that 2 hours to what they're looking for, what they're looking to release, and that's can be emotional or it can be physical. And so that's why we talk about a holistic approach. It's what people bring, and then what they leave behind. I bang on a lot about ethical practice and sustainably sourced. And I guess, simply put, it just means that I want to do what I do for as long as I can. The reason I think my career has extended to 25 years currently, and hopefully will extend for another 25, is of my approach to it. And working alongside other people, other brands, you know, buying in products that have that ethos is really important, because why I wouldn't be able to sit with myself if I knew that somebody else was suffering and that I was gaining. It just doesn't sit right for me. That's the ethics of it. You know, all the materials that we have in the clinic, they may cost more, but actually they're higher quality, and in that they are more sustainable, so I don't have to buy so often. And also the products that we use on people's skin, you know, what goes on goes in. So, you know, it's sustaining the body. So instead of looking at managing illness, we're actually creating health. And so therefore that sustainability is on a physical level, also an emotional level, because you're not leaving the clinic thinking, oh, that was great, but you're putting anybody else in any worse situation because you're having a nice time. So it's I often say that it's like a Japanese calligrapher. Their artwork may take a very short period of time to create physically, but they have spent many years practicing to get to that point. And they don't want to be an ink maker. They don't want to create frames. They don't want to be the paper maker. And they are reliant on all of those artists, those artisans, those people that love their craft in order to do what they love. And that's why collaboration is so key for Prime Wellbeing, and why we look to work in collaboration in healthy, ethical and sustainable supply chains. Why Weleda? Because they are a brand I can trust. The products are produced from plants that are grown, and they have an integrity that means that the actual product itself doesn't have to have anything artificial, no synthetic preservatives. So the actual integrity of the products itself is better, and therefore when that product goes on the skin, it means that there's less toxicity that's going in the body, so therefore it's sustaining health instead of managing illness in that sense, and allowing and helping the body to stay in that sense of homeostasis, that balance that we're looking for. You can purchase Weleda products from myself. I mean, I see people at the hotel when they're on holiday, and they get intrigued by the brand. Sometimes I get these lovely emails from people saying, wow, what was that? So to be able to support them afterwards by sending them products means that when they come to see me, that we can really look at creating and maintaining health instead of managing any illnesses. I've been using Weleda since probably when I was 7. Mum was introduced to it at a conference that she went to, and it was just the natural option for me when I started practicing professionally. And then about 5 years ago, that Weleda created the advisor role. So I am a Weleda Wellbeing advisor, and I'm currently training with Dr. Rosie Daniel in a health creation mentor program. And it's all these elements coming together, and everything that I've been doing over 25 years, and why I feel now as if I can see where my career has been heading, and Weleda's always been part of that. So I use it myself. I gift it to friends and family, and it's with joy that clients can phone me up or send me an email, or invariably go on to the website and make a purchase themselves. It's always lovely when I see an order's gone in 10, 11 o'clock at night, and it's that thought that somebody's been thinking about themselves and thinking, what do I need right now? So the brand itself covers everything from smellies, nice products that you can put in your bath to soothe the mind, but they also do have a lot of medicines, with that aspect of bringing the body back into balance. And some beautiful quotes from many Walida, that's testimony to how they work and on what level. Sumo Whole Foods is based in Elland in Derbyshire, and we've had an account with them for probably about 4 to 5 years now. Initially it was just a few of us, but now there's a growing group of people that once a month put an order in, and it all comes on a big truck. And when people say, what do you mean you don't shop in supermarkets? That's why. And the reason I guess I show up for those people is because knowing that we have a link to the growers, the producers, really feels like it's the fairest way of trading where we are at the moment. There is a lot of initiatives that sometimes get taken over, and they'll get sidelined or they'll get bad press. Whereas, you know, when you know that your food producer has got an anti-slavery policy, it just feels so much better and healthier to know that you know, we're supporting farmers, not just in the UK but also around the world. So Sumo and Walida together, it's supporting local but being global as well. So that's another expression that we talk a lot about, you know, globally local. It's having those connections and really having those strong collaborations with other brands that are flying the flag for sustainability. I'm glad you're here, otherwise we'd have to invent you, was one. That was ridiculous when somebody came out of the clinic room almost like looking really like, wow. And a wife mentioning that her husband felt reborn. I remember him very, very well. Not to get upset, but he was he'd been through a lot of medical intervention and had been told a lot of things that he didn't feel were very helpful. And he came for a long weekend at the hotel and came to see me a couple of times. Both of them did. And to see both of them leave happy was just amazing. And she sent me a text a couple of days later and kind of saying thank you so much. That was extra special. That really was extra special to know that they had had that experience. Well, there's different ways that people can contact. I really like text messages because, you know, when I'm in clinic with people, I can't take a phone call. Sometimes the signal's not that great. So I can respond to text really easily. I then have a telephone number that I can phone people back on. And I really love it actually when people reach out before they even look on the website sometimes, or they've had a little look and they're not quite sure which appointment to go for. That's a really good way, I think, of contacting, or sending an email. We have lots of people who come to the hotel that come in groups and have spa days, so I can coordinate all of that. But if you're just two or couple, then there are lots of different options on the website for spa days. We do couple spa days. We don't do couple massage. A lot of other hotels have dedicated rooms where they have space. And what we find is that a lot of people actually prefer that individual. How often do you get time? An hour on your own. So there are different options on the website, from half an hour appointments up to 2-hour appointments. And also, if you're a group or you're booking for a group, maybe through even like a company, we can be, I can coordinate wellbeing days. And again, I can bring in partners, prime partners, as they're called, and they're people who are we're working in collaboration with other suppliers or other providers, to really create this sense of holding space for people to really look at creating health, and looking at preventative initiatives. So whether or not that is an individual who's just coming to the hotel on their own for an individual appointment, or whether you're coming in a big group, maybe celebrating family get together or a wedding, there are different ways to get in contact with us. But mostly, if you head to the website, then you can find your way through to all the social media, telephone numbers and emails as well.